everyone, this is Ali Reza. Well, today I will go with a very short episode. Let me show what I will work in this episode on Minecraft. Come on. Okay, I don't know you guys, but every time I load the game and every time I open the GUI, this stuff overlaying each other gave me headache. Okay, I want this gone. I don't want to see that. Well, credits on this episode completely go to first Tetrarag to give me the correct direction, and finally goes to Nasty again to help me finding how we should register the thing and how we should implement it. Well, what do we need? First, we want our NEI inside our dependencies in external library. And you remember, way back, I added it into the library. Okay, then I will go and, well, let's think about it first. Our GUI is in client interface. Okay, it's an interface. It's a class that extends GUI container. It extends a class. Okay. If I go with any one of the implements, come on, implements, no, not comma, sorry, implements, for example, NEI. NEI action, NEI chest, any one of things that starts with NEI, okay, from code chicken core, if I implement them, then I would force all my players to have the NEI. Now, what if they don't want to have the NEI? What should we do? How about making a class? Not a class first. I need a package for compatibilities. So compatibility, okay? And in here, I add a class for NEI compatibility and make sure that it's being called only when the NEI mod is installed. So first, let's make a public void, and it should be static, void init, okay? We will come back to that later. But now, in JPiston, let's take a look. Well, in pre-init, I initialized blocks, items, and recipes. By this point, we may not have NEI yet. We may have NEI, depending on the order. In init, we know that NEI has passed its pre-init. But still, take a look what we are doing in initialization. We are defining a tab. That's not important. We are adding title entities. Well, I think NEI has no title entities. But here, we are adding network stuff and proxy stuff. Well, for sure, NEI has something like that. And of course, we add our own glHandler, and we are sure that NEI has some sort of GUI interface. So we want to do everything after this pause. And by this point, I'm not sure if NEI finished his job or I'm the first one. Well, to be honest, I will be before NEI because we are starting with J, NEI starts with N, and the initialization, every one of them is alphabetically ordered. So we can go into post init. In this point, we are sure that everything has done its job. So we say if loader from cpw mods dot is mod loaded? We are checking if a mod is loaded, and here, as you see, string mod name, but to be honest, it's the mod ID, and it's not enough items. Okay? So if the mod is being loaded, we say NEI compatibility dot init, and that's it. Okay? So this class will be called only if NEI is in the mods list. Okay? Now, the rest of the job is inside here. First of all, what should we extend from? So extends, and if I go NEI, let's take a look. We have lots of things, but the one we want is not starting with I, but with N, but it's NEI GUI adapter. Okay? In the init, we say API from code chicken core dot register NEI GUI handler, and we say new NEI compatibility. Okay? This will register our class to the NEI's API as a GUI handler, and the rest is up to NEI. Now, we want to overload a method from NEI, and these ones are from NEI. Well, GUI adapter, this is not what we want. Modify visibility, not what we want. Get item spawn slot, no. Get inventory areas, handle drag and drop, we don't have any drag and drop. But hide item panel slot. Okay, this is what we want, and we don't want this. Because if you see the implementation in the super, this method, it simply returns false. So, we can say simply, hey, come on, and shift down, return false ourselves. And that's the same thing. But here we want to do something. We say if the GUI, and you see that it's giving us a GUI container, and our factory GUI is a GUI container. So we can say if GUI is instance of factory GUI, then we want to do stuff. First, we say factory GUI. We call it factory. No, factory equals to, we typecast our GUI to factory GUI to make our life easier. Okay? Then we return, you see we get an X, Y, width and height. What are these? These are the positions. Let me give false first. Let me go into the game. Okay, so each one of these icons in the NEI is item panel slot. It's a slot for an item in the panel, okay? Now, X and Y is the top left position for each one of the slots, and the width and the height for each slot, okay? So, what if I say true? So we are saying, hey, if the open GUI is the factory GUI, hide every item panel slot. What would you expect to see? Well, I would say we wouldn't get anything here because we just said, hey, hide everything for us. But that's not what we want. We want the items to move around, or in reality, we want to hide some slots from the NEI. What we are doing is saying if the X position is less than factory note false factory dot get left plus factory dot x size, get x size, and we add 32 because our right hand side is 32 in the size of tabs. And that's not all. You say and. Well, let's take a look at it line by line. Well, I would say that we will see a column that all shifted to the left, to the right, sorry. Because we said if the x of the point in the slot is greater than GUI left plus GUI size plus 32, then shift it. And if I had a bit smaller tabs that we may work on it, at least I would have an extra row. And if I maximize it, you would see that they compensate with their resolution. Okay? But I want to add stuff on top of it. Well, we say and y is greater than factory dot get top minus 10. Okay, and let's take a look. Okay, now the top rows, as far as we're concerned, they are top left minus 10. So that's the y. We don't want the y. We want the y plus height. Okay, so y plus height. If that is less than GUI top, minus 10, we don't care about that. Let's take a look. When you are in low resolution, you would say, hey, it's the same thing. But we go to the high resolution, then you see, oh yeah, this is the thing, okay? These are overlapping completely, so they show themselves. And if we minimize it and if we grow it a bit, then you see that, oh yeah, we get a top because it's higher, but this guy is not higher, then it won't draw. And same deal, you say and y is less than GUI dot get top. Oh, no, 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 no. We casted it already. Sorry, factory dot get top plus, well, we know that we have 96 because we have 3 tabs. But our tabs are not starting right at the edge of the GUI. They are a bit offsetted down. So we will use 101 and you'll see y 101. And the result is, whoa, what the hell happened? Well, we should say less. Yeah. Okay. Come on. I hate it. Yeah, now I have to give myself a vent. And when we open the GUI, you may notice that, okay, these guys are not overlapping and they are not pushing to the side. Now, why did I say 5? Let's take a look. 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 3, 4, 5, and even more, 6, 7, I would say 7. Yeah, and it's easy to actually confirm it because when we are drawing the tabs, where was the code? Draw tab background, and you would see that um, hmm, oh, it's the tab itself. Okay, so tab backgrounds GUI.top plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and well, it seems we have offset at 3, not more than 3. But in the image, that's not 3. Am I dumbing or derping? Let's see. And these, oh, no, again, these are the tabs themselves. So tab 1, tab 2, no, by all means, here we draw the tab. No. Okay. Ah, there we go. 7. Yeah. So I was looking for that 7. So yeah, we have offsetted our tabs 7 pixels from the top. So now if I come back to my NEI compatibility, I should say, okay, 96 plus 7, not, yeah, and here we say if this is greater than plus 7, okay? So this will be 103 and this will be 7. Now let's play. And well, these are still being pushed. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. But these are working correctly, and of course these are working correctly. I want one thing. If I say 6, for example. And as always, when you come to the GUI stuff, you are just tweaking the numbers till you get the correct offsets. Not yet. Not yet. So 5. And of course it won't change anything because when we added this, well, what if we say minus whatever, you name it, 10. Okay, and there we go. It's really falling on the tab if you take a look at the highlight, but who cares? Well, one thing's for sure, I can offset my tab. Why not? So let's give them um, what? 5 more, so 12, 44, and 76. This is 12, this is 44, this is 76. So I offset my tabs a bit down. 5 pixels more. Oh, come on. Okay. Of course, you see that the things are not being in the same place because I turned these guys down, not the tabs themselves. Okay. And let me see if I draw them by 16 by 16. What will I get? 16, 16, 16. Because honestly, those tabs are a bit too big. And by this time, I'm just playing with my GUI. That's all. So where I'm, oh, there we go. Tab icons, tab backgrounds, and source X, source Y, 7, a rectangle. And I should define the rectangle somewhere. There, tabs of I, yeah, I forgot. I'm, yeah, offsetting them here, okay? So, first of all, the images, oh, there we go, they are small. Huh, why is that? Well, 16 by 16. Okay. Well, one thing's for sure, we want these guys to be 5 down, so this is 12, 44, 76, 12, 44, 76. Did I run it on debug mode by accident? No. Then we come back here and see why these guys are not working. Of course I know why they are not working. Okay, so these are our tabs. Now you see that still this tab is not behaving because now we need to say, hey, minus 16, we'll see. And there we go. Now we have this slot. We have these guys here. We have them here. Of course, now let's, yeah, I think we have enough time. Let's go to Photoshop. And yeah, from bit shifting, file open. And there, and projects. repository mine jpsmod source main resources assets, not language there, textures, and our GUI, and here it is, the thing that we want to open. Open. And well, I don't want this one. Open. Go on up. Oh, we don't have it here. Okay. Mod repository. There we go. And our icons. These are the same stuff, okay? Well, this guy is 1K by 1K. So this is 128 divided by 4. It will become 32 by 32. And when I'm drawing 16 by 16, I'm drawing this part. How can we solve it? Well, where's the layers? Here is the layers. Yeah. Control A, Control C, Control N, Control V, and we say now image size go to 512 by 512. So Control A, Control C, coming back, Control V, and we get this guy. Okay? Why are you not moving it? Come on, move it. Oh, Photoshop is a bit derping. There we go. So we move it to the corner and top. Okay? And Control J, and we move it to the other side. Control J, and we move it to the other side. And Control J, and we move it to the other side. So now I have half of the previous space. Now I can go there and zoom somewhere like this and say M, and I select it from here up to 1 pixel more down there, and in here Control X, Control V, move it to the center, but not there, Control T, and make it smaller to fit inside there, and this is how I do it. Yeah. And then moving it a bit down and hitting enter. There we go. Okay. And by the way, I have my layers in another monitor. There we go. So move to the side, to this side. Thank you. So now if I hide the backgrounds and this layer and save it, that layer needs a bit transparency, if I remember. Yeah, like 25 for example, and Control Shift S, and into projects, and PNG, of course, and replacing this guy. Save. Yes. Could not save because it's open. Okay, it's open, and we don't need the U anymore. Nope, thank you, U. File, save as, PNG, and go back again. And there we go. Now if I come back, if I run Minecraft, and it's there, 16 by 16, and honestly, that's not a bad texture, you know. That's not a bad texture for itself. Yeah, I can totally go with that. And I can totally go with making this guy completely opaque. So Control S and Control Shift S and PNG. And run it again. And you see, yeah, it's a very sharp GUI, and I really like it. I really like it. Now, of course, I need to offset it a bit more, but that's only a matter of tweaking the numbers here, you know. For example, GUI.left, not this guy, but -2. Now we need to add, for example, +1. And as always, this is just tweaking numbers, you know. And I know exactly what is the problem with that, because if I open this guy, this is our safe box now, and the numbers are different. And you see that, yeah, we came back good enough, and now we can add one more pixel down, for example, or two more, 78. And there we go. Now, of course, I need to adjust this with 16 by 16 pixel there, but meh, we will see that in very short time. Let's go into our GUI, the main GUI, not there, there, and into project, repository, my, craft mine, JPiston mods, source, main, resource, assets, JPiston textures, GUI, and opening the GUI, zoom here, okay, and M, and drag this guy completely. So Control C, Control N, Control V, and we don't want this layer. So we say image size, this is 16 by 16. And of course I will lose precision there. You will see why. So if I come back and say Control V, we see that, yeah, it's not the thing that we want as a tab. So how we should do that? Well, first of all, delete and delete, okay? Next, I will need my info. So this is a 16 by 16, making a layer, moving it down, and filling it with the color. Okay? So I know that now this is my border. Now I can delete more from this guy. Now I can move this part, Control X, Control V, and put it in top, exactly in place. Then we can say, hey, you come with me, Control X, okay, Control X, Control V, and putting it in place. And finally, the other piece, Control X, again wrong layer, Control X, Control V, and moving it in place, okay? Now I can get rid of this layer, or I can just move it to go down for the next one. Now the next one, of course, M, and it's the same stuff, so that much. Control X, again wrong layer, Control X, Control V, go to the top, and am I out of my mind? No, okay. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. I need these two to be empty. So delete. Control D, and then the last part of it, that is this guy. Control X, again wrong layer, Control X, Control V. And we got our next tab. So now I can deal with this stuff. Control D, going down and moving it down again. Okay. And of course we can say M and select this part of this stuff. Control X, Control V, and then okay, you may notice that we have a problem here. We will fix it very soon, because that was the hover mode. Okay, so we got this part. Now the other one, our layer will be come on, to here, and again we want this guy. So M, we will delete the middle section. Wrong layer, delete. We will get this part. So control, no, not that part. Yeah. Control V and move it to the position with one pixel offset, just to be able to notify it. And yay, what was your layer? Thank you. You move on up. Okay. Then we want this port. Control X, wrong layer, goddamn, and Control V, moving it to the position. And then we want this section a bit bigger. Control X. I can't work with Photoshop today because I want to rush things. Okay. And there we go. Moving it to the position. Then M. Select this from this layer. Delete it. Control D. Now we can move that layer down in position. And we say, okay, we want this part of the thing. Control X. Control V. Exactly. Haha. And M, and nice eyes. Sharp eyes. If I can select the layers and in position. And you can see, yeah, there is a huge problem here because we want this part to be hovered some way. I will come to that later. So this guy, V, and come down the position M, and of course we want this part. Control. Remembered it now. And M and this portion. No, forgot a pixel. And now I added an extra pixel. And I forgot a pixel. Control X, Control V. And moving into position. And finally we can remove this guy, but I will keep it for time being. Then I will delete this guy. Come on. And I will move it B, Control D. I will move it to this position so that I know that this is a 16 by 16. Okay. Now coming back, now we can merge visible. Coming back to our hover mode. Well, this is a problem. And here, and again, not this part. Now let's try it. I'm not sure if I can get a good noise here. Yeah, not bad. Filter, blur, and like always when you add blur, not bad, not bad, not bad actually. I love it. So let's select by color range. That's the easiest thing to do. Okay, no pixels. Heh. I said select with color range, this guy, okay. And we move it here for some reason, Control C, Control V, move it down, and we move it to the other side, like this. And then delete this part, delete this, Control D, and delete this. And of course we need to make sure that we got this part. Delete, Control D, delete, Control D. You may not notice it, but it's there, and you won't want that because you see now we have a pixel here left. Not that much, but that doesn't change anything. So Control D, and Control select layer, Control C, Control N, OK, Control V, and image, rotate, and horizontally, Control A, Control C, and coming back and Control V, and we got this part. So we just need to move it in place, and if I select it, you see that we have the border correctly. And Control D. So Control 0. Now that's our colors. I'm not sure if I'm happy with this hover mode. It's too dark for my taste. So, and it's too pixelated, of course. So select all of that. And now we can easily select all of that because it's just blurring to white. And say Control blur, and we add it, we repeat it until we get something that is much more acceptable. That's it. And we save it as our new GUI. Yeah, thank you. Save and yes. Okay, okay. Now, of course, we move these guys, so don't expect to, wow. Come on. What's your problem? Okay. Whoa, whoa. V, Alt, V. No, thank you. V. Wow. V. Why are you not moving? The scroll is not moving, and it's still in Alt mode. Huh. Hand, and we don't have hand. We have hand. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we moved these ports. Of course, we need to address them in code. So let's back to code. And here we know that we are addressing our tabs here. Our tabs are 16 by 16 now. There we go. And well, they shouldn't be that much to the off. It should be minus, it was 32 minus 4. Now it is 16 minus 2, so minus 16. Let's try it. Minus 14. 14 minus 1. I'm not sure. As I said, it's all about trying and erroring. So here, this is the place we want to change, okay? So I'm just getting the numbers from here, and it is 176 now. No, you want it here. So this is what? This is our normal. It's 75 yet. Okay. This guy became 176 now. No, 91. Okay. So this became 91. And the last guy became 107 now. 107. Okay. And source X and source Y are, source X is of course still the same. And source Y, why did I define it when I'm doing, oh, come on, come on. Okay. What is going on is that if we change to the side, then it will become 193. So this is the 193. 193. And the source X is that. Source Y is our normal. So our normal now became 107. 107. Then if we are not active, but we are hovering on it, will become 91. And the normal guy should still be the same. Yeah. Okay, let's play it. And of course, I'm drawing them right. But now I'm getting the icons wrong. Where was it? Here. But let's take a look. So this is our new tabs. And of course, we now need to adjust the heights. And I need to move this guy again to the position. So what I'm doing here is wrong. Because now I need to adjust 16 to this guy, so it's 28 and 16 to that is 30, 40, 44. So 28, 44, and let's finish adjusting this one and let's find what is going on. 76. Of course, nothing is stopping you from changing these guys to something like 20 by 20. I will play with that and find the best, but eh, you know, well, yeah, because now I forgot to move it up. Okay, so 12, 28, 44. 12, 28, 44, 28, 44, and I will be back. Okay, sorry for interruption. Now let's play. And come on, Minecraft, show me something interesting. There we go. The chest is in place, of course. It's a little big, you know. I don't like it, but that's how tabs work. And you see this tab is needing to move 1 pixel, but our hover and our tabs are nicely doing their job. Okay? So we found that we need to move them 1 to this inside. So this is 13, 13. Oh, no, 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 no. Yeah, what I'm thinking, these are 13, 13, 13. These are 0, 0. Well, we will see. I'm not sure. I forgot to double check. And play. And there we go. Now it's connected. It's connected. It's not connected. Huh? Why are you not still connected? -1 and -2. Okay, that's the point. -2, -2, -2. And I think still need to be -3. These guys should be -3. I think. Still, not sure. So, yeah, you would notice that there is 1 pixel there. So, -3, that was right. So our tabs are in place. Now this guy, well, I would say +43. One higher. Let's see. And of course, nothing stops you from changing the way the tabs look. For example, you could say, okay, I want the bottom row to be like this, you know. There's nothing stopping you from doing this. Yeah, or even 1 pixel, that would help at least. What is your problem? Yeah, like that. There's nothing stopping you from that. You know, I'm just playing with that. And let me do something. Let me do something. Uh, remove this part completely. Thank you, sir. Delete. Come on. Delete. And we got to that point. Control D. Nice. And I think I deleted too much, because we have one row of pixels here that we want to keep. Yeah, delete. Ah, come on, delete. Then, of course, we want these pixels to be deleted too. Am I right, or am I out of my mind? Delete. Oh, Control D from here. Delete. No. Woohoo. There, from this layer, delete, from this layer, delete, there. Now we move it on top, and well, we can color them with white again. So did we got the same color? Yeah. And we say that, hey, you are the same color. There we go. So we got that point, we got this, and here I just get this row, Control C, Control V, move it one down. Okay, so I got this part done. And then, of course, I want to do something else too. So merge visible, M. When we selected the tab, nothing, and I mean it, nothing is stopping us from using the color. Hey, sorry, dude. Yeah, the color, like that. Control D. And that's too much, I think. Control Z. New layer. Control. There. Ouch. There. And then we can change the transparency. Transparency to give it a greenish color, and file. Save as PNG. Thank you. And of course, in here we need now to reload it, and wow, what the hell? This is not the one I want. This is the one I want. Play. So now you see this greenish color here, and yeah, stuff like that. Nothing is stopping us from doing that. Of course, now we need to move these guys back and move these guys back, but that's the whole point, And on hovering mode, again, I will select these guys. I will select this row, and now again, add the noise. Come on, I said, no, not in that layer, in this layer. Filter, add noise, okay, and then filter blur, and add it as many times as we want. And then I can just select this row, Control C, Control V, moving it down, V, and moving it back to its position. Okay? So now we have a hovering, a normal, and a greenish color. And now I can just select the color, Control C, Control N, Control V, delete this guy, image, rotate horizontally, Control A, Control C, coming back, Control V, and move it to the side. And of course 1 pixel, and then what was the opacity here? 48, make it 40, and coming back, make it 40. There we go. Okay. And of course, I forgot some things. You know what? I can do the same stuff here. M, Control C, Control N, Control V, and image, rotate horizontally, Control A, Control C, and coming back, Control V, V, and move it into the place. And then again here. And of course, yeah, wrong pixels on every side. There we go. Control C and close all of these guys. No. No. Then Control N, Control V. And why was that? Okay. Image, rotation horizontally, Control A, Control C, and Control V, and move it to the side again. Okay. And of course, this guy is only replacing this row. There we go. Okay. Now again, file, save as PNG. Yes, thank you. Coming back, adjust, and run. So our greenish color is good, our hovering is good. Hovering is a bit sharp, you know. Whatever, that's just the taste, you know, because when it's on top of the icons, you won't see that much of it. Okay, so moving the icon to the side again. So -3. And you just need to do one for the numbers, then the others are just duplication. One thing that concerns me, I'll be back. Sorry for interruption. Yeah, as I said, the one thing that is concerning me is this guy here. Are we really 64 by 64? By all means, 64 divided by 4. 64 divided by 4 is equal to 16. So it's 16 by 16. Guys, sorry for interruption again. Now, my concern is, my concern is that each time I'm reducing the size of these guys, I'm losing the precision. How can I solve that? Well, we need that this is the size of the normal texture that will be equivalent to 16. Now, if I multiply it by 4, then we will get again 1K, but 16 multiplied by 4 will be 64. Yeah, come on. Where are your clean? Yeah, 16 multiplied by 4 equals 64, and this is 8, so multiplied 8, 512. if I get 512, then it will be divided by 2. Now, what if I go with 2k? New 2048 by 2048, and okay, and let's get the color. I don't have anything to do for you, and I need you to be this. Thank you. Now in icons, zoom again, M, and let's select the icons one by one, and Control C the icon, and let's merge it. What the hell? Merge visible. So Control C, and here Control V, and move it to the side. Now it will be 16 by 16. Why is that? Well, remember, this is 248, and it will become 256, so it's 8 times less, okay? And this guy is 128. So 128 divided by 8 is equal 16. So I'm not losing the precision, and I'm getting a lot more space for any type of icon later I want to use, but I'm not losing the precision, and that was what I was concerned about. Come up, and let's zoom, because that would be hard for me. So Control C, and now I need to zoom here, and zoom one more or a few more times, and Control V, and there we go. And of course, if you wanted to go with 32, well, to hell with that. That would be high resolution for you. Control C, Control V, and so on and so forth. So I'll pause the video and come back when this tiresome job is finished. Okay, now we have two problems. First, this is one layer, all of it. So there is no way that I can play this on tabs because it's one layer. And the second is the lines, okay? So let's select with color range this guy, and fuzziness, well, I need to play with it. Control D. Okay, there is only and only and only one way, and I really, really, really hate it. Come on, there's your pixels. Back, back, back. Why are you not showing your pixels? But meh. That one is to delete these things. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, there is only this choice, and as I said, I hate it. So to make my life easy, I will zoom here, M, and select from here all the way to the end. Coming down. Come on. Okay, finished. Control C, Control V, and move it up. There we go. Okay, so we are finished with a layer that is empty. Now, thankfully, I have each icon separately. Now I can import it and select and do color range, select it, okay, delete it, and okay, oh yeah, And I think I had an action, but yeah, it is here. It is here. So there we go. And no. Ow. Cancel. That was not what I wanted. That was not what I wanted, sir. Well, there's only one way to make another action, and we call it icon clean. First, we say duplicate the layer, delete this layer, select color range this, and okay, and then delete. Okay, and we can stop it now. Okay, and now we can say Control A, Control C, Control V, and move it to the top corner. Control T, and of course we need to resize this guy. And come on, can't I zoom there? Zoom, no. Zoom. And we want to keep this guy inside the center, so Control T, moving it to the side, and then moving it like that. Okay, and hit enter. And I need to move it a bit smaller. Then coming to the effects, we want to drop shadow. Where are you? Inner shadow. Drop shadow, there we go, at the bottom. And I want it to be there, and we now make it a bit bigger, spread bigger, and yeah, why not? And the size is good, and we are okay. So now I can move it a bit down to put it at center, and I'm okay with that. And I need another effect, and that's bevel and emboss. Inner bevel, outer bevel, no. Emboss is not what I want. Pillow is not what I want. Stroke emboss. So it was inner bevel, sorry. Depth is a bit important here. And of course size can change the behavior, but that's okay. And we can play with all of them. And we can zoom back and take a look, because this is close to what we see in the game, okay? I'm happy with that. So zoom, and top, and here, and that's golden. And that's our first icon. Okay, now I will go with file, new stuff there. So I will come to my project, repository, here. Then I will go into my textures, and I will add a new called icons. This won't be seen by Minecraft, but now we can say automate batch. Default action is our icon clean, and select folder. Well, we are in the mod repo 1710 jpiston source main resources assets jpiston textures and icons. Okay, and destination is again D, but you can see it now. Not downloads, not mod repo, project, repository, Minecraft, mine, jpiston mod, source, resources, textures, and icons. Okay, now there we go. Select folder, override action open, include all subfolders, although I don't have any subfolders, and hit OK. Now you see that it's going through all of that very fast. And by that, now we should have in our project lots of things that you don't see. But if I open it, come on, why don't you open it now? Oh, it's in Photoshop. Okay, so you see that I have it, and I can just come back and here say Control V to paste it. But that's not all. I want another action, and actually I want to keep them separate, so we can say I can resize for 2048 sheet. Okay, and I will stop because I'm not sure how much this guy is. So view rulers, drop a comma there, not there but there. From the top it's around here, and from bottom it's around there. Okay, and well, that's not correctly. You want the exact size. There we go. Okay, so I can now select it and take a look at the information. So it's 96 by 96. I say 95 by 95 will be a very good choice. So my actions, now I have an anvil. I can say record, image, size, and I will resize it to 95 by 95 and hit OK. Okay, and stop. Then I will come inside this guy. I will check resized 95 so that I know where, and file, and again automatic batch, but this time it's the default one, and the choose we go into icons and resized. This guy should be our, where is it now? Exactly the wrong one. Okay, project. By the way, this is the very last video on the GUI. Anything that happens inside the GUI later, I will just hide it from you guys, because honestly this is not that much. Resize, no, not resize, the icon itself. Okay, and we say okay, and bam 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 bam, what's going on is just our textures are being resized. Hopefully I won't give seizure to anyone. And we are done. Okay, so Control 0, and I will move my guides because we don't need them anymore. There we go. So now I say file open, and in resized I can just resize it, Control C, coming back, and Control V, and they should be exactly in the same size that we want. Okay, of course I had that one, and we don't need you. So I'll select number 2, Control C, Control V, move it to the position, and I just say, where is it? Copy layer style, and I say paste layer style. Ouch, we have a problem here. What is that? Well, that is a bit of unfortunate stuff going on. And why is that yelling at me? I'm not sure, so delete. But it's easy fix, you know, that's only 1 pixel that is being left from color range. Control D. And There we go. So you may need to uh, clean it every now and then, but who cares? So file, open, this is number 3. Control C, Control V to the spot, and paste layer style. Okay, now I can hide this guy and say, hey, merge visible for me. And what did I do? Come on. Merge visible. There we go. Okay, so to make my life easier. Then to the next one. And unfortunately, this part has nothing to make it automatic because, well, you need to handle it manually. Paste layer style, and there we go. Next one. File, open, and we'll open, Control A, Control C, Control V, paste layer style, and file open, and we'll blah. Control V, paste layer style, So this is what I will do between 2 episodes, and I think you got the point because, no, cancel, because now what I want to do is just play with these numbers and put them in proper position so that when you look at the stuff, now that would be ugly, I think. That would be really ugly. Let me see. So there we go. So this one chest is in place, but we want the same stuff here, okay, basically. And we are not working properly now because I forgot something in the code. And that was the whole point of it. Because I changed these guys. So this is not that. This is 16, so 48, let's say 50. And play. Is there any way to get rid of this magic number? Of course there is. You have the factory. The factory has tabs, although I'm not sure the tabs are public, but you can make them public. You can return anyone. And there we go. That's properly set. And of course these guys are yet too far. So it's 16. Let's make it 17. So the thing is that it's factory dot tabs. Yeah, get tab at 0. Why not? Dot. And yeah, you know, you can define a GUI rectangle like that, and then getting the width and height of it. And that's only adding methods and getting rid of the magic numbers. I hate when you do this, honestly. Every time. And you see that it came closer. I can make it closer and closer and closer. So Yeah, I think I like it now. Although my hover effect may need a bit of tweaking because now I can't see it again, but meh, who cares? As I said, that's just working with textures. And now we have a much better choice of tabs because, uh, well, why did I close Minecraft? I'm not sure. Because now we can move these three tabs here or move these three here and do whatever we want. These are much more like tabs now. Small, fancy graphics, high resolution graphics, and blah, blah, blah. And am I seeing stuff? No, they are in place, but this guy needs to come down, come inside. Although, no, we don't want to make it inside, but I think I will get rid of that green color there. I don't like it anyway, but just wanted to tell you that, hey, we can do something like that, okay? So this is the end of our GUI episode. One thing that I just remembered now. In T Factory, we had a little sneaky bug. Well, and that became when we were uh, setting our active tab. The code was this. We forgot to mark the tile entity dirty, so the active tab was only being written the very first time you put the factory, but with adding this mark dirty in set active tabs, now we are golden. So that's the end of episodes for GUI. I hope you enjoyed it. We may come back to GUI stuff later when we are working with pistons themselves, but the piston factory is just some slots and inventory. That's not something. And from now on, in next episode, we will handle stuff in T factory. First of all, I want to hook this bad boy to RF energy. Yeah, that would be fancy. What do you think? See you guys in next episode. Bye bye.